count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here's my card. Okay. What would you do if your whole world was turned upside down? Hello, my name is Tamara Velasquez, and I'm here to talk to you today about my son who has special feeding issues. In 2014, we moved to Florida when my son was 6 months old, and we had to undergo a lot of therapies, feeding issues, doctor visits, and the commitments needed to provide for him. When we first found out that my son had feeding issues, he was vomiting and had hives, which obviously alarmed us. So we took him to the doctor, and there we found out that he was allergic through blood tests and skin tests, which came out to be a 4+ positive. So he was allergic to milk and eggs. Then from that, you could see why we had to go and get further help and testing needed to be able to provide for him. So at that point, we reached out to speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy. We saw special doctors, his allergy and immune doctor, and from that point, they did further testing, and everything came back that he was positive for milk protein allergy as well as derivatives of milk, so he wasn't able to consume those. And then from that point, we had to undergo feeding. He had a feeding tube put in to be able to provide for him. We do speech therapy weekly, physical therapy weekly, and occupational therapy weekly to be able to help him eat. He underwent a lot of different types of tests that allowed us to see if it was his body that was rejecting the food or if it was just him just behavior-wise, and it turned out to be something that his body could handle as far as eating and swallowing, but with the protein allergy as well as sensory issues, to be able to hold the food down is very difficult, which is why it led us to a feeding tube. Then when we're at the doctor's, we have to go quarterly to make sure that he's being able to be provided, to make sure he's getting the proper nutrition needed. Without his feeding tube, he wouldn't be with us today. Gets me a little sensitive here I say that. So just, it puts a lot of toll and stress on ourselves, both me and my husband. My husband's in the military, so he's not here a lot. So it's kind of everything put on me, and it just makes it a little challenging. So you can understand why when I found out this situation with Rylan kind of made my world look upside down, but now that we have the proper knowledge and the proper care and everything that we're doing to be able to provide for him so he can live like a normal, healthy, happy life, which he rather does now, you can see why it was an upside down thought feeling for us. So on that note, finding out and going through the doctors and dealing with the insurance to be able to provide for them all the proper things that he needed, we were in fact able to provide for him. So thank you for coming.